Hello and welcome back. Before I begin today's journey with you, I want to say something from my heart. Dear viewers, I am very much thankful to all my subscribers who are continuously giving their love and appreciating my work. I pray for you. God bless you and your family. This message is for all viewers and subscribers. Your support is not just encouragement, it is survival for this channel. I put hours, even days, into preparing each video, researching, writing, and shaping it, so that when you watch, you don't just learn, but you feel. But without you, my effort is meaningless. So please, before move further, click the subscribe button. To you, it may look like just a small action, but to me, it is as precious as blood in the veins. It is what keeps me alive here. Your love, your likes, your shares, they are not just numbers, they are energy, fire, and fuel. They are the reason I continue to bring you content that awakens your soul and helps you grow. If you want me to keep making videos that inspire, guide, and groom your life, then kindly subscribe now. Before going to dive into the topic, let me tell you what different religions thought regarding what is life. In Islam, life is considered a test and a temporary stage before the eternal hereafter. The Quran describes life as a fleeting enjoyment and a trial of deeds. Humans are tested through blessings and hardships to see who is righteous. Every action counts, and the real success is not worldly wealth, but gaining Allah's pleasure. Life is sacred, given by God, and must be lived with justice, compassion, worship, and preparation for the eternal life after death. In Christianity, life is seen as a precious gift from God and a journey of love, service, and faith. Humans are created in the image of God and given free will to choose between good and evil. Earthly life is temporary but meaningful because it determines the eternal destiny of the soul. Jesus Christ's teachings emphasize forgiveness, love, and sacrifice, showing that the true purpose of life is to follow God's will and seek eternal life in heaven. In Judaism, life is holy and sacred because every person is created in the image of God, Imago Dei. The Torah emphasizes that life is to be cherished, protected, and lived according to God's commandments. While Judaism acknowledges the afterlife, the main focus is on how one lives here and now, doing good deeds, mitzvot, pursuing justice, kindness, and honoring God through daily actions. Life is seen as an opportunity to make the world better, tikkun olam. In Hinduism, life is understood as part of a cycle of birth, death, and rebirth, samsara. The soul, Atman, is eternal and takes on different forms across lifetimes, shaped by karma, the law of cause and effect. The goal of life is to move closer to moksha, liberation from the cycle through self-realization, good deeds, devotion, and spiritual discipline. Life is both a duty, dharma, and a spiritual journey toward unity with the divine. In Buddhism, life is often described as dukkha, suffering, dissatisfaction, because human desires and attachments create endless cycles of rebirth. Life's purpose is to awaken and achieve enlightenment, nirvana, freedom from suffering and the cycle of samsara. By following the Noble Eightfold Path, right action, right speech, meditation, compassion, and wisdom, one transforms life from suffering into liberation. Life is thus a chance for spiritual growth and awakening. In Sikhism, life is considered an opportunity to realize God and live in harmony with His will. The soul is eternal and connected to Waheguru, the Supreme Being. Life is not just survival, but a chance to live truthfully, serve humanity, remember God, Nam Simran, and avoid ego and selfishness. The purpose of life is to merge back with God through devotion, humility, and righteous deeds. In Taoism, life is seen as part of the natural flow of the Tao, the way. It is not a rigid test, but a harmony between humans and the universe. The goal of life is to live in balance, simplicity, and naturalness, accepting change and impermanence. Life is not controlled but embraced, aligning with nature and finding inner peace. After listing religious perspective of life, all religions agree on one thing. Life has a purpose beyond material success. It is a journey of the soul toward truth, peace, and the divine. Now it's time to take you through the life of a man, stage by stage, from childhood innocence to the wisdom of old age, and show you how his worries transform into lessons. If you listen carefully, you will not just understand his journey, but you will also understand life itself.
1. Childhood. The first steps. In childhood, a man is just a boy, fragile and dependent. His worries seem small, but to him, they are the world. The fear of being left alone, the struggle to impress parents, the pressure of school, and the desire to fit in with friends, these are his first battles. He learns that falling is a part of walking. He learns that tears bring comfort but also strength. Childhood worries teach him patience, discipline, and the courage to stand up again after every fall. 2. Teenage. The search for identity. Then comes teenage years, the storm of emotions. A teenager asks himself, who am I? What will I become? Exams, career choices, peer pressure, first love, heartbreak, insecurities about looks and abilities, they all weigh heavily on his young shoulders. He often feels misunderstood by parents, isolated from friends, and doubtful of his own worth. But in these very struggles, he learns self-control, confidence, and the ability to dream. Teenage struggles are like fire, they burn, but they also mold his shape. 3. Early adulthood. The race of life. The 20s and early 30s bring the biggest turning point. Now, a man is no longer protected by childhood innocence. The world expects him to stand on his feet. He worries about getting a good job, earning money, finding a life partner, and proving himself to society. He compares himself to others. My friend has a car, why don't I? He's successful, why am I not? The fear of failure keeps him awake at night. But here, he learns persistence. He learns that failures are stepping stones, not dead ends. He discovers that true strength lies not in competing with others, but in competing with himself. 4. Midlife. The weight of responsibility. The 30s to 50s, this is the age of responsibility. Now, his worries are no longer just about himself. They are about his wife, children, parents, and financial stability. He works long hours, pays bills, raises kids, and sacrifices his own dreams for the happiness of his family. The stress is heavy. Sometimes he feels unappreciated, sometimes trapped. And health issues begin to whisper in the background. But this is also the stage where his struggles give him pride. The sight of his children smiling, the comfort of a home he built, the love of a family he protected, these make his sacrifices worth it. Midlife struggles teach him patience, time management, and the beauty of silent endurance. 5. Later adulthood, reflection and anxiety. By the age of 50 or 60, his children are grown. Some have left home. The man, once the center of everyone's world, begins to feel left behind. Retirement anxiety appears. What will I do now? Am I still useful? His body grows weaker, and health demands more attention. But this is also the age of wisdom. He realizes that true value is not in money or titles, but in relationships and inner peace. He begins to share his wisdom with the younger generation. He learns to let go of regrets and live with gratitude. 6. Old age. The final chapter. In old age, worries are different. He worries about his health, his dependence on others, and the fear of being forgotten. He thinks about death and what legacy he will leave behind. But the struggles of old age also bring peace. He looks back at his journey, the childhood battles, the teenage storms, the responsibilities, the sacrifices, and he realizes that every struggle was worth it. Now, his greatest achievement is not wealth or power, but the love and respect of those around him. Conclusion: the real meaning of struggles. So, what do we learn from a man's worries? We learn that life is not meant to be free of problems. Problems are not punishments, they are lessons. Every worry carries wisdom. Every struggle builds strength. A man's life is like a mountain climb, hard, painful, exhausting. But when he reaches the top, he doesn't just see the view, he understands the meaning of the climb. To every mother, wife, sister, or child listening, the men in your life may not always express their worries. But know this, behind their silence lies a battlefield of sacrifices. Support them, love them, and remind them that their struggles are not in vain. And to every man listening, your worries do not define you. Your courage to face them does. Life is a test, and your struggles are the answers you write every day. Dear viewers, thanks for watching this video. If you found it useful, for you and your family, from any aspect of life, I would love to hear your thoughts. What does life mean to you? If you've chosen to fight against worries, what is in your mind, how to tackle? If you have learned any lesson, share it for the guidance of others. Leave your stories in the comments, I read them all. Soon meet with new interesting topics. Until now, stay thoughtful, stay kind, take care and goodbye.